Welcome to another exciting interview segment. Today we have the pleasure of sitting down with Maeve Quinlan, star of the thriller My Father's Murder in Greece. Maeve takes on the role of Catherine. Join us as we delve into Maeve's insight into her character, the challenges of filming, and the compelling themes explored in My Father's Murder in Greece. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed our interview so much last time. I believe it was for the paramedic who stalked me. I believe that was right. Yeah, I enjoyed our interview very much. So I've been looking forward to today.
It's a pleasure. And we can begin. Can you tell us a little bit about your character in My Father's Murder in Greece?
Sure. My name is Catherine, and I have been, I'm a professor, English professor, and my daughter is going off for a father-daughter trip back to Greece. My ex-husband is of Greek descent, and so grandma's not doing so well. His mother's not doing so well. So he's taking his daughter over, and I'm very supportive of that. But my husband and I, we don't, there's a lot of tension over the divorce. Okay. And there's something that brings me over there to join her. And it is that she gets over there, and the first night her dad dies and is killed. So that certainly brings me, although I have to run over there and rush over there to be with my daughter to help. I think it stirs up the thought of the loss of him, stirs up a lot internally for Catherine that maybe wasn't resolved. And, maybe it wasn't over after all. So I think she comes to terms with that, or doesn't come to terms with it, but this is what brings it to a head. So Catherine is a very strong woman, independent, but her whole world is her daughter. And sometimes, as mothers and daughters do, they might not see eye to eye, or her daughter might, as we call it in the States, clap back a bit, meaning push back on maybe something that my character or a mother will think is the best thing for her daughter, and or any child, I suppose. And they get kind of to that age where they begin to have their own independence. And so my daughter and I were at that stage where she sort of Mom, I got it. I'm a young adult now. So it's very sweet. It's hard for Catherine to, just every mother is protective. And so it's hard. And it's certainly under these circumstances. Yeah. The loss of her father.
Yes. Yeah. And what initially attracted you to the role in My Father's Murder in Greece?
Well, several things attracted me to the role of My Father's Murder in Greece. Number one, I auditioned for it, and the scenes were so well written, and my audition scenes were, I know one in particular was with my mother-in-law, and it was a very, very strong scene, and stakes were very, very high, and things were said in that scene that needed to be said for a very long time. There was tension there as well. And my mother-in-law blames me for divorcing her son. And that was such a strong scene. I know the other scene must have been with my daughter, but that scene alone really stood out to me. I do really enjoy playing strong characters. I think that can be said for every actress, but that really a strong character, whether you like the character or don't like the character, is always wonderful to play. So, and the writing was so great. So, and it didn't hurt that it was shooting in Greece. So, so I auditioned for it, and I got it. And but there was no there was no question that I wanted to do this movie, but the timing of the movie made it questionable whether I would accept the role once I got it. So I can tell you about that if you'd like.
Yeah.
So we shot this movie. We were to begin being over in Greece. We shot the movie for the month of May, but we were to be over in Greece the last week of April, I believe.
Okay.
My mother passed away on April 13th.
Oh.
And I hadn't gotten, and she nearly made it to 100. And she had dementia, and she was my baby. So I don't have children on my own. I have 3 stepsons. And so for a very long time before I even got married, and before I had 3 stepsons, my mom's dementia went from slow dementia, just think it's aging, to stronger dementia, to advanced dementia. And so she was my baby, and she was my best girlfriend, bar none.
I'm
So her
sorry for
death,
your loss.
oh, thank you very much. Thank you. And it's hard because I'm coming up on the year anniversary of her death, and it feels like she just passed away yesterday. But, one thing I'd like to say about dementia is, it's extremely hard to watch your loved one die of dementia. It's not a pretty death. But there is a gift in it that I found myself grateful for, as opposed to other friends my age, because I'm of that age now. Our parents are passing away. Where other friends of mine didn't get the warning, didn't get that slow goodbye, that gift that I got. Their parent died of a heart attack. They spoke to them, maybe a week ago, and missed that call that they called them. And, so once I knew what this journey was going to look like, there wasn't one day that I didn't take advantage of having her on earth. And slowly, by the end of her dementia, she called me mom. She thought that I was her mom. And you let them be. If I were to give anyone advice in dealing what I had to deal with and my family had to deal with, is put yourself in their world. Don't expect them to be in yours, because they get confused. So I was her mom, and I let her think that till the very, very end. And so she passed away. And that's a whole nother beautiful story in itself, but I won't belabor the point. My family's from Ireland. I'm the only American born in my family. So everyone came over to the United States from Ireland. And there was shock, if anyone's gone through the stages of death, there's shock, disbelief. And so I was sort of to help plan the funeral and to speak at it and to organize it. You're sort of running on that shock and that adrenaline, and it gets you through. And then everyone went home to Ireland. And I basically just went down. It completely hit me hard. And my then fiance, was like, oh my gosh, you can't get out of bed. And I said, yeah, just let me have this. I need to feel these feelings. And so I was pretty much almost in bed for 2 weeks. And he came back from work. Normally, if I'm going on location to shoot a movie, I fully discuss it with him. I discuss our schedule, and it's my decision, but we always go over it just out of courtesy to him as well, just like he would do for me when he's going on a business trip. So this time it wasn't the case. He came back, I'm lying in bed, and I said, I'm going to Greece on Monday. Do you want to join me? And he was like, wait, what? You can't even get out of bed. How do you think you're going to go to Greece? I said, I got the movie. I accepted it. And I know it's the right thing to do, because it's exactly how I'll get out of bed. And I know my mom gave that as a gift to me from above. So
Yeah.
off we went. He came with me. The producers were so lovely. David Boyle brought us over early to get the jet lag out of the way, but also to provide my husband and myself to be able to enjoy Greece for, before the shoot got underway. And which was really nice for us, because we had a wedding planned, our wedding, for June 25th in Malibu. And so I said, come with me. We'll enjoy Greece. We'll do a little pre-honeymoon, before we get married in Malibu, which everything was set for that. And I was nearly about to do send out the invitations. The invitations were designed, made, and now when he went back after our little pre-honeymoon and I began shooting, it really hit me that I couldn't have a big wedding. It was supposed to be 300 people. 250, not including the wedding party, and some family members. So it was going to be just shy of 300 people. And I said, he always wanted to elope. And I thought to myself, that I could do, just surrounded by immediate family. And Derek, my fiance at the time, my now husband, always wanted to get married, elope in Ireland and have a party later. So he got another surprise call. Well, not the first time wasn't a surprise. It was in person, but this time it was a call because he's already gone back to the States. And I said, I think you're going to get your wish. Let's just elope just with his boys, with my nieces and nephews, my family in Ireland. And in total, between the two of us, we had 23 people, 18 of them being direct family members, not even a cousin, because I have so many cousins in Ireland. If I started with one, we'd already have a big wedding at that point. So it's 23 adults and 5 children, and it was magical. And so now we're going to have the party, the big celebratory party in the States. We're going to do that in the fall. So so it worked out. Movie, why I'm telling you this long story is I got the movie and it was just what I needed. And I truly believe in fate, and I truly believe in the afterlife, and I truly believe not only my mom, but my dad gave me that too. So it's one of not only my most favorite movies I've ever shot, but it's the most special because of the timing of it all.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Great. And what do you think makes this movie so special and captivating? The story, not the behind the scene that.
Yeah. Well, because I think it's not something that you typically see. I don't know where it's going to air, internationally, but in the United States, it'll play on Lifetime Movie Network, and it's not your typical movie for our network, whom I love and work for often. It's because it is, number one, it is fully international. So my the girl that plays my daughter, Cass, she and we were the only American actors in it, and everyone else was a Greek actor, and not only a Greek actor, but top actors. That's where acting began. It was very exciting to work with them, and I think they enjoyed working with us because we all collectively brought something different to the table. Cass, Huckabay, and I, we were used to being on television and doing these types of movies, whereas they are more used to being on stage, and it just felt so authentic. And I know that's an overused word, but it felt great acting. And so that's what was so great about this movie. And as I said, the writing, and then the directing was fabulous. Colin directing, and these locations were incredible. And so it's special. It's just different. It's different. And there's a big journey through this movie. I mean, not only where these two characters have to go, most especially my daughter, we're trying to help find the killer, but the secrets that unfold, family secrets that unfold that we never knew as we make this journey. So there's lots of surprises for the audience. There's lots of twists and turns, and we bring the audience on a full, fun, unexpected journey. Yeah, so that's always fun. Yeah.
And what do you hope audiences take away from watching the movie?
Say it again, sorry.
What do you hope audiences take away from watching the movie, The Meg?
Oh, yeah. I think a couple things. I think the audience will take away that it was a great adventure. I think the audience will take away what an amazing actress my daughter, the wonderful actress that plays my daughter is. And I think they'll take away, hold your loved ones close. Don't forget to tell them they love you, that you love them. You never know what's going to happen. And family is everything. So I kind of think that. And I think they'll take away wanting to go to Greece if they can ever afford to go. Sorry, my eyes are watering. I'm doing this outside in California, and we're about to get a little weather here. So the dust is. So yeah.
Don't worry. Okay. And what was your favorite scene or moment while filming the movie?
Oh, there's a couple. It's no surprise that my favorite scene, one of my favorite scenes, sorry, these characters to say the words that they have to say, but it just comes out, and it was so wonderful to work. The actress that played my mother-in-law is fabulous. So that stands out as a really amazing scene. And then there's all of the scenes with my daughter I absolutely love. Um, I do quite enjoy telling off. There's a scene where there's a inspect. I don't know if he's a detective. I think he's a detective, and he's not really being that helpful with my daughter. My daughter is putting her heart and soul, against my wishes, by the way, to do so, is trying to solve this on her own. Then eventually you can't beat him, join him. So I join her because she's going to do this on her own, with or without me. So I enjoyed telling him off because he wasn't being very helpful. But there's quite a physical chase scene, and it involves many characters, but it's with my daughter. And I can't really give that part away, but that was very enjoyable too, because there were 1, 2, 3, 5 people in that scene, and there's a lot of danger in that scene. So again, like I say, the stakes were really high, and I enjoy kind of elevating. I hope I elevated my acting to that level to match the circumstances, and the circumstances were very high stakes. And there's a big surprise within that scene in regard to my ex-husband. So yeah, a couple surprises. So I'd say those 2 scenes were my favorite.
Great.
And anything with my daughter. Yeah.
And the last question, can you tease us something about your next projects?
I have a few, actually. So I'm up for a pilot that's in the States. We have a pilot, so I haven't found out about that yet. Hopefully I get it, but if I don't, but I also produce. And so my producing partner and I have several projects in development, but a couple on the front burner. The first off the top of my head is a wonderful movie called Summer Wine, which may actually be shot in Greece. And we have an incredible actress named Eloisa Huggins attached. It's kind of a terms of endearment movie, with the same kind of elements I was talking about, like like family, high stakes, and also a few family secrets along the way. So I'm very excited about that. I won't be starring in it, but I am producing that. And we have several other projects, but that's one right now on the front burner. Also on the front burner is a Christmas movie with my dear friend Jonathan Silverman. We have played husband and wife in these kind of Christmas movies before, and his wife is one of my best friends. And to come full circle to our wedding, Jonathan Silverman was supposed to marry us, because he's not just an actor. he can marry you as well. And he was marrying us in our original wedding in late June in Malibu. But when we did the elopement, it all happened so fast. I planned the wedding in less than 2 weeks from Greece to Ireland, and back. I made a trip when I had a long weekend off of work and planned that. So they were already at a family wedding, so they weren't able to do it. But We will do that at the party, and I think we'll renew our vows and have Jonathan do that, which would be special. And Jennifer, his wife, is one of my best friends, and we work together on The Bold and Beautiful. And she can also marry us, but I pegged her as one of my bridesmaids. So she already has a job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and their daughter is going to be was to be one of my flower girls. So we will incorporate that too in the party. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Great, great. And thank you, Maeve, to join us today and to share your experience in the movie. And remember that My Father's Murder in Greek will air on Thursday, this Thursday, March 21, on Lifetime Movie Network.
Yes, that's it. Yes, thank you so much. I really enjoyed our interview as always. So thanks for having me.
Me too. Thank you.
Yeah. I hope you
Thank
like
you.
the movie. I hope you like the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you all
Bye-bye.
for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.